No matter how well you think you know yourself, our carnal nature will relentlessly try to undo everything we put our mind to, relentlessly. It's not going to stop. And if you add demonic power to that, powers that are going to inspire your carnal nature to trick you and deceive you, if it's not taking drugs, if it's not interfering in our relationships, if it's not causing you to lie and be prideful and deceitful, if it's not troubling you mentally or causing you to harm yourself physically, it's programming you to do that one way or another, because that's the way our carnal nature is. Many of you have had to wrestle with family members who are under the influence of their carnal nature. They don't know any different. They don't want to know any different. They're prideful, evil, conceited, jealous, whether they're successful in life or not. They have jealousy, envy, they're drunken and disorderly, and the like. And as you come into a relationship with one of these unfortunates, and we are all one of these unfortunates, because the Bible tells us that we all sin and fall short of the glory of God. You'll find that you will be love bombed. You will be given sex almost immediately. I've had women that have given sex within minutes, and some you'll try and go on into a relationship with. Others will you won't want to know, you just won't gel with them. Unfortunately, this is how my life went. Others you'll get a run for a while and then they'll collapse or you'll collapse. This is how the carnal nature calls what the narcissistic community describes as devaluation. In the normal world of relationships, the love bomb phase is described as attraction, and the love bomb stage can be associated with tremendous lust. Really, the love bomb is about lust. It's just allowing that person to use lust as a means of influencing somebody that does not quite have a handle on how lust works and what it does. That's basically what that is. And lust will have its way in most people's minds and in most people's lives, because as a person engages that part of their nature, as a person allows their sinful nature to cause them to make a rash decision, to fulfill a lust, and the Bible says lust deceives, then they're giving way to these principles of narcissism. Because lust will want you to engage a new partner. It'll want you to give yourself to somebody new, and your mind will cooperate with that and go along with that to fulfill the need. But if you haven't given yourself time to know this person before you engage with that person sexually, you are going to run into a very complicated string of feelings and emotions that will deceive you into thinking you can build a relationship with somebody that you don't even know. You got no idea of this person. You've got no clue of this person. And now you've engaged your loyalty and devotion into thinking that you can, by your loyalty and devotion, bring somebody into your life that you've had intimate relations with, and now in some strange way, lustful way, you're bonded with. Your loyalty and devotion will not hold up against the lust and the demonic influences and habits and behaviors, negligent habits and behaviors, personal behaviors that that person has working against them. And this is what you've got to understand. Too many of us have allowed our loyalty and faithfulness to deceive us into believing that that's going to be enough to change the life of somebody else so that they like us and remain a companion with us, and will build a relationship with us. But really, lust, and you'll hear this in the narcissism community where they help people with narcissism, you'll hear them say you're almost devalued straight away. As soon as you partake in the premature act of sex out of lust, psychologically you've immediately allowed yourself to be devalued by that person anyway. And this devaluation is like when somebody eats food. If you have an empty stomach, if your stomach's empty and then you fill it, you no longer have any need for food. Well, this is the same with people that run on lust. If you share in a premature sexual relationship with somebody that you don't know, when they've had the sex, really you're immediately devalued because they've got what they want. They don't need that at that specific time anymore, and they'll start to entrain you in a way in which you'll be taught to allow them to come and go. They'll want to live a dual life, a life of convenience where they don't want you really as a partner. They just want to be able to come and go and fulfill the lusts of their flesh through you, and then go back to where they're really comfortable in their life. And that's usually a place without you. That's how narcissism works. That's called entraining or conditioning to work in with the life of the narcissist, which is a life that's split. But it doesn't mean you have to stay that way. That's what these videos are for. As the abuse and the voids start to happen in your heart, and you notice that the unresolved is relentless, then by way of awareness, you can begin to detach. That person's not going to change. Resolve in your heart that you don't belong with this person. Start to heal. Go no contact. and leave that person alone for good.